Welcome to the Downtown Dynamic, where life in the city gets messy, hilarious, and downright unforgettable. From late night antics and midday mishaps, there's never a dull moment in San Diego. Coming up, dinner plans spiral into chaos, laughter, and plenty to clean up. Stay tuned.
Janine has just finished cooking dinner for her 3 roommates, Kyle, Nikki, and Amber, who have all sat down at the dining room table to eat. Kyle's pug Mona is eating her dog food in the kitchen adjacent to the dining room, while Janine gets the food together on the stove. Meanwhile, the rest of them are smiling at each other as if they all know what the other is thinking. Janine has been drinking heavily all day, and while they're grateful for such a nice gesture, they're all equally nervous for how the food is going to taste since it was cooked in a state of inebriation.
Oh no, I burned it!
What? Hold on, it can't be that bad.
Kyle gets up and walks into the kitchen to investigate the severity of Janine's burned dinner as Amber smiles at Nikki.
Uh-oh.
Nikki smiles at Amber while trying not to laugh.
See, this whole area is burnt.
Oh, it's not even that bad. We can scrape that right off.
Nikki smirks under her breath. Kyle grabs the cooking spoon and scrapes some of the burnt edges off of the pot. Janine covers her eyes in shame.
Oh, this is so embarrassing.
Don't worry about it, Janine. I'm sure it's fine.
Okay, it's just pushed to the side. You're good to go.
Kyle walks back over to the dining table and sits down, and Mona, who has finished her food, follows behind. She sits on the floor next to his chair as she patiently waits for dinner scraps to come her way.
Okay, here's some wine, and we have plenty more.
Janine opens a new bottle of wine and pours a generous amount into each of their wine glasses on the table until the bottle is empty.
Thank you, Janine.
Cheers! Okay, does everybody have their plates?
Janine walks into the kitchen and grabs a pot containing a mixture of pasta and sauce. As she makes her way back over to the dining room, everyone gets ready for their serving and holds their plates up for her. Janine starts serving Nikki and scoops pasta with the serving spoon. Before the spoon reaches the plate, Janine chucks the food off the spoon, which splatters all over the plate, splashing Nikki's arms and neck as Nikki starts laughing.
Whoa, you got me there.
Janine is oblivious to the mess she just made and grabs another scoop of pasta, throwing it on Nikki's plate again as Nikki continues laughing.
Oh my God, Janine, you're getting it all over Nikki.
By the time Nikki's plate is served, she has her plate tilted away from herself to prevent any more of a mess. Everyone but Janine is laughing, even more nervous about what is to come. Janine leans over across the table as Amber looks worried that it's her turn to dodge her dinner.
Oh God, here she comes.
Nikki starts to giggle again. Janine scoops the pasta and in the same manner throws food onto Amber's plate. Nikki, Amber, and Kyle are laughing as Amber shields herself with her plate as she learned by watching Nikki. Food still manages to splash onto Amber and Kyle intervenes.
Okay, Janine. You don't need to throw it on the plate like that. Here, just do it slowly.
Okay, sorry.
Janine doesn't understand what he means, but since he is closest to her, he tries to guide her by lowering his plate onto the table instead. She starts to follow his lead, slowing down her pace, and as she scoops the food, after waiting a second, she slowly chucks it in Janine fashion. The spoon hits Kyle's full wine glass off the table with the food from the spoon onto the hardwood floor, causing it to shatter. Nikki is laughing as Amber watches the events from across the table in horror.
Oh my God, Janine.
Oh no, oh God, I'm so sorry. Hold on, let me clean that up.
Janine runs to the kitchen to grab a towel, while the others look down at the mess and notice Mona directly underneath the clear dining table eating pasta that had landed on the floor near the broken glass. Both Kyle and Amber gasp, worried she's about to eat broken glass.
Mona, no.
Mona, get away from that. No.
Amber gets on the floor and crawls underneath the table to pull her away from the mess. Mona is panting and resisting as Amber struggles to lift her up, but she manages to pull her back far enough to stop and hold her away until they clean the mess. Meanwhile, Janine is dashing from the kitchen towards Kyle holding a dish towel.
Here, I found a rag.
As Janine reaches Kyle, she tries to stop running, but slips in a puddle of pasta sauce on the floor. In what seems like slow motion to everyone watching, the toe strap on her right sandal breaks off, and from the momentum, her foot slides through it onto the sauce. Janine's 6-foot frame sways as she tries to maintain her balance with her hands up in the air. She falls back but manages to reach out with the right hand, grabbing the edge of the kitchen counter just in time to prevent a complete fall. Amber is still underneath the table holding Mona away from the food while Kyle is on the floor trying to pick up the mess and holding his broken wine glass.
Oh my God.
Nikki is leaning over from her chair towards the opposite direction, covering her face and laughing so hysterically that she has lost her breath. She's wiping tears of laughter from her face as she finally manages to take a breath.
Oh my god, this is amazing.
Janine is red in the face and looks exhausted. Kyle grabs a rag from her hand and starts to clean up the mess. He can no longer contain his laughter.
What the hell just happened? Just sit down, Janine. Please, we got this.
Oh my god, this is the best dinner ever.
You've been listening to The Downtown Dynamic, where city life keeps us on our toes and always laughing. See you next time.